Today is one of those days I don't really feel like posting a video today, but might as well get this out there because I think that too many oftentimes we don't think about things that we only think what it worked and what it used to work, and we're so comfortable of doing the same thing and we don't see another way to do things, right? So today I'm talking about content marketing and for authors and entrepreneurs because I think that too often time we don't think about content. We don't, but we post it on other um, platform that doesn't help get traction for your expertise. So that really frustrates me sometimes because so how does come up with I've been wanting to do a video on content marketing for a while because a while back. I'm more like that guy who you need to give me a lot of information. I love to consume, right? Because the more I consume, the more I can give value to people. The more I can consume and understand how the world works or how the information works, and I can provide more insights to people who want to grow their audience, to grow their following, and grow to new heights. Because I think that most oftentimes people get stuck on just one social media tool, and that frustrates me a lot. And people don't think about who they wanted to reach, right? They only think reaching what the people say. What they say is expensive if you're trying to get new customer, but the thing is, nobody can hear you. See, most people create content where they're not marketing their content. I cannot hear you. I cannot see you. I don't know who you are yet. So I actually want to rant. So usually most people who say are expert on teaching you how to do YouTube, they would say script, but I don't do script because I think it's much more authentic, much more spontaneous if I just like freaking rant and freaking put my heart and soul and passion into teaching you, making you aware of these things that frustrates me. Because yesterday I was talking to my brother, and the moment people complain is your opportunity to solve their problem. That's why solving a problem in the law of attraction community or the law of attraction people thinking, because I think that too often time we get into this world where we're too comfortable of knowing what we know, and there's so much. It's like you're a small fish in a big pond. There's so much vast, right? It's like knowledge. People say it's limited, but I'm like freaking surrounded by freaking knowledge, right? And it's so vast. It's so deep. Like, I understand people read blog, but it's not in depth, right? I like blogs, but I like books because they have depths, right? It can go into details. It's lots of details. So this she's really amazing woman, and she's doing amazing content. And I'll probably leave her Twitter link. Her name is Eniko Self Upgrade. She says she talked about Twitter and stuff like that, and this how it got started to creating video and content marketing. Okay, so before that, about Twitter's statistics are broken on my account, showing zero likes and shares for last week's, and also number of impression is extremely low compared to earlier. Maybe I got shadow banned like so many others. The algorithm is punishing my account or just not working properly. Last autumn, I got more exposure for my tweets. How's it for you? In proportion to growing your followers, does it work properly? And then she, because we have a conversation, but I'm just gonna let her. This is a screenshot. Thank you very much. I do most of this. I always engage when I follow someone back. I go to their account, like posts which are great, retweet. I do that, more of that. My purpose is to grow my followings, to find interested people. I want to start posting links to my blog and launch a YouTube channel. Use Twitter as a promotion platform, but I also like it as I find people like you and others that inspire me and give great ideas and example how it should be done. Um, but my issue is that Twitter technically stopped measuring likes, retweets, replies since the end of March. It showed zero while it was not zero. I can see on individual tweets how many likes or retweets. I measured Twitter support about 3 or 4 times already, telling them I want to also buy advertising later. There's no reply, not fixing it, discouraging. Maybe might have to open another account instead of this one. At the beginning from June to like November, I have very high. Might have to open maybe to discover other platform for self-help, self-development platform content like me. I don't know what that is. Maybe Twitter is declining since it's took a stand with liberals and start shadow ban and ban free speech, which is discouraging for their agenda. Maybe it's time to move on. I asked researching about Facebook and YouTube for the same reason. They are more and more oppressed until we can, of course, we can use to spread education, truth, but the time might come when it's not any more possible. What do you think about it? One question: do you see that I liked or share your tweet for I credit or congratulations? Thanks for a lot of great advice and encouragement. So um, I already gave her lots of advice about it. So oftentimes we're stuck on one platform, right? People or let's talk about content marketing. What is it, and why should we do it? So I have learned a while back content marketing is almost like inbound marketing, where it's just basically you're giving value to the audience and pulling them in. But so oftentimes, um, because I did ask one entrepreneur to uh, talk about content marketing, but it's really short. People who read books want more detail. They want to consume. So let's talk about it. So oftentimes we're stuck on one platform, but there's so many platforms. Some people are stuck on Twitter, but I mean it's okay. If they're there just to be entertained and to talk to friends or family, that's okay. That's them. It's the same thing as Facebook. Um, Facebook is for connection with friends and family, not to market your business. It can be. Most people do that, but the problem is okay, so today because it frustrates me to the point because I see authors who want to get their message out there because I'm putting this as a whole as people as I who interview amazing people, authors and best-selling authors, kung fu masters, and all those types. Here's the thing: if you're using one platform, I don't see if you don't have any content. You don't have anything to show your expertise, your skill. I don't know who you are. So most of oftentimes I see a lot of authors. I want to critique. I want to give them feedback to understand that they're missing out on a lot of potential on YouTube. So so it make me pissed, right? There is an untapped potential on YouTube. See, most people don't think that there's a consumer or audience out there on YouTube. They just think that YouTube is the only way to grow their platform, to grow their influence. But okay, so let me give you an example. Gary Vee has all type of platform. Evan Carmichael, Lewis House. If you think all the great people, they have Twitter, they have Instagram, they have Facebook uh, fan page, they have YouTube. What most people, most author who's trying to get their message out there, and artists, they're afraid to get started, right? Okay, so I talked to Aniko and I told her like what Ty talked about on his YouTube video. What's the point of creating a video or content, a blog, or any podcast if you don't get any attention for it? Nobody, if you're not getting people to watch your content, how can we know what you're about if you're only posting on Facebook? See, the reason why I don't post because I study a lot, and what I see is that I I don't. So the reason why I don't post my videos on most of my, what's it called, Facebook personal fan page, is because it does not give you organic reach. Does it? YouTube give you organic reach. It's if you post one video or a couple, it stay on YouTube, right? It stay on YouTube. But the thing that most people don't understand, and most people discredit YouTube. Listen, I'm a consumer for YouTube. I know. I consume content on YouTube. You forget that there's an audience for YouTube, right? I'm an audience for YouTube. I don't stay much on Facebook. I think Facebook is just a waste of time if you can't get your message out there, right? And I think that it creates good traffic. So I use my video for what was it? I'm building my expertise and build credibility to those because I use YouTube, but in a different way. I'm building an audience because I want to reach top entrepreneurs, top experts, to talk to them to be interviewed on this channel. I told why I use Twitter. I use Twitter differently from most people. I use it because I use it for so I can get attention from authors and experts to talk to them so they can be interviewed on this YouTube channel. Because it's much more easier accessible, right? That's me. That's my strategy for getting their attention. Um, I can get, I mean, but I can get attention from Instagram or, I'm flexible with my social media, right? I go, I go where the eyeball goes, right? Like, Gary Vee said, you got to go where the eyeball goes. But so oftentimes, most people are just, it, it really it really pissed me off if they only think about Facebook or they only think about Twitter or YouTube. I mean, YouTube is untapped potential. I wish that more authors who want to get their message out there create video around what they love or what they are good at or what their expertise in. When you create a content, you're letting your audience know who you are, what your skills is, and they're coming for you for advice, your products and services. And that would make me pissed. They're not reaching an audience that is out there on YouTube platform. But they're so comfortable on doing the same thing because it's getting them the results because it releases so many times. I tweeted out, my friend said love is like, well, f you up more than drugs will ever will. But actually, love is a drugs. What does have to do with content marketing? Because we see all the likes, we see all the engagement we have on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and give you a dopamine rush. But it doesn't. Those, yes, it can help you reach more, but content can help you build an audience, build your business, build something much more than. See, here's the thing: most people who are an artist, right? They want to be an artist. What they do, they waste their time. See, here's the thing. I saw a tweet in Twitter, and this guy giving bad advice for this person. He said, "Stay." They were talking about a job. Why should you stay in a job that you hate and depress? You can see if you like to love to work in bricks and mortar. That's okay. And if you love it, that's you. But if you hate it and sucking your soul out, well, create video content and upload it to YouTube. Just start. Most people don't start. I don't know what your skill are. I don't know what you're good at. I don't know who you are. And most often time, I don't go much on Facebook. People want me to go Facebook because I think it's just time consuming. But usually, you have to listen what I have to say. And most often time, what do I do on my phone? My phone, most people don't understand how to use their phone. Your phone is the most powerful tool on earth. And if we don't know how to use this, what's the point? Just shoot a video and put it upload to YouTube. But do not type in titles that does not make sense. It does. If you put titles that doesn't get search, then you're doing yourself and your audience a disservice, because you can your audience, who you are trying to reach, you cannot reach them with that title that you're trying to reach. Most of my YouTube videos are search. I stopped doing content that's not searchable because it's so much time consuming. Now I just do books, because books are more searchable and people can watch the content. For me, um, YouTube have an algorithm. So here's the thing, my favorite thing about YouTube and why I hate Facebook. Okay? If you like Facebook, here's the reason. If you're an author, an artist, you're trying to develop, you're trying to read an audience and build an audience and build a business. Here's why I hate Facebook. I hate Facebook because it does not give you reach. It's not organic. It doesn't grow in views like YouTube. When you put an old video, it grows and grows and grows, and people watch and consume, and people know what you're about. And so I hate it for the fact that it cannot get searched. Right? I When you post a YouTube video, Facebook on Facebook, it doesn't get searched like YouTube does. Maybe it does, I don't know. And also for the fact that it pissed me off is that YouTube still have so much potential, that YouTube is a platform where you can build your passion, and it's also connected with this web of Google, because it's owned by Google, and you can bring traffic to YouTube. And once you create a YouTube videos, you can share it on your blog, your website, whatever that is, and you can share your video off to Twitter and Facebook or Instagram, whatever. You can do that. But the thing is, people are not thinking about traffic. People are not thinking about value. People are not thinking about that. So the reason why so I talked to my brother yesterday about this, and the reason why I create video on YouTube, because I'm putting in the work, right? But then I'm sitting back and letting the view accumulate. Most people are working so much harder on Facebook and trying to get reach, but I'm doing much better on here. So the video that I create today, right? The YouTube video today, I can take that and repurpose it into a blog, into a podcast or audio, or maybe in the future I can take that and turn it into a book, right? But so oftentimes we don't think about that. If you're an author or an artist, I interview an artist who is amazing, and he have his own YouTube channel and is much bigger. The reason why you don't start, because you're afraid, right? You're afraid that you might look stupid. Here's the thing why most of my friends and most of people who are afraid, because they don't see anything valuable in YouTube platform. There's so much value in YouTube platform. If you see Lewis House, if you see Gary Vee, if you see Bob Proctor, they're using that as an opportunity to pull the audiences to buy their books, products, and services, online videos, and get them to come to them. If you're an author, please listen. If you're an author who want to get your book out there, you can't just create a couple of videos and stop. Most people give up too soon, right? That's why I keep creating video, because I want to. My purpose for this YouTube channel is to break the habits and ideas that we have about the law of attraction, right? Because I'm pissed at the frustrated so much that people have this illusion about the law of attraction, and they don't put in the work. They don't do anything with their amazing gift. And yeah, people say, but so my purpose is to reach uh, bigger uh, authors, right? Because it's difficult once you're like uh, small. But it doesn't matter for me. I just, you know, that's one thing I told you. I told people in my other. I created a video a while back last year. I'm not gonna wait for subscribers. I'm not gonna wait for views. I'm not gonna wait for that so I can get higher. Um, so I can start doing my dream, right? No, f that. That's too much work, and that's so basically I start um, I noticed that instead of focusing so much on one person, I can do multiple asking of many authors. There's so much authors that I forgot. There's so much author there's out there that it can impact and help them understand that create YouTube video. Content marketing is about your expertise, what you're about, and also storytelling. People get too much inside of understanding like people get scared of how long the video should be. It does not matter how long the video should be. On It matters. Most people forget that I'm here to watch how you grow, who you are, and what you're about, and how can you help me to grow me as a person, or what can you give me insight, or what can you do for the audience? So oftentimes we don't think about audience on YouTube. We're just missing everything else. There's the audience on Instagram, but most people don't think about that. There's uh, so what I think about Facebook is this. Facebook, I don't deal much with it because I think it's a waste of time. That's my thing. Is if you're not getting traction on Facebook, stop what you're doing, and if you have all the Facebook video, repurpose this and put it upload to YouTube at least. That's my message for people. And for Twitter, it's much different for Twitter and Instagram. Instagram is they Instagram they have updated their algorithm, so it's much harder now to get reach, or their posts is much harder because I read it. And then Twitter, for me, I use it not for likes. I use it to get attention from authors. I use it differently. But you can use it to create traffic, to get attention to your blogs, your radio talk, or your interviews or videos, and use hashtag to get attention. Right? That's how I use it. And so oftentimes, and also, I told Eniko said what Gary Vee say is social media marketing or social media is a long-term game. Most oftentimes people lose sight of that. And I have a multi-millionaire who was on Larry King. He said I have to be patient. Most oftentimes we're not patient enough, and I understood that. It's the same thing as the law of attraction. People are impatient, right? People are too patient with what they want. They're impatient and they don't. They're. I got messed up. You should be patient, but you should be impatient about starting. You should start now. Most people wait and wait and wait and wait. You know, if you want, if you're whether you're a psychic, medium, or intuitive, if you're only working on one platform, you're missing out on other opportunity to grow your audience. So oftentimes you don't take notice of what's working. Um, that what make me frustrated. Like I would go to try to find um, authors who are beginning to have like no video at all, or maybe a couple of video, and they talk, but they barely upload any video. You have to be constant creating video, and you got to bring value and expertise so you can pull the audience in. I don't know what's your book about. I don't know who you are and why you do what you do. What's your reason why? I built this YouTube channel. So see, one thing why I built this YouTube channel is also for my best friend, because oftentimes I get pissed, right? So let me tell you a story that I'm honest and is raw truth. I have no resources, right? None. None. And so oftentimes people have resources, but they don't do anything with it, whether it's money. Um, what I do have is time, right? I don't have money, but I do have time. So, but I'm resourceful to trying to get to authors, because authors my driving force, my trying to reach them so they can impact more people, because it's all about impacting people. Business is about influence, because I remember Tony Robbins said business is about a game of influence. You're influencing other people, right? And whatever your content is, you're trying to influence and improve this world. It's much better if we can come together and influence the world for the better. And that's what all I have to say. I started a blog because I get pissed at the law of attraction. I disagree with one of the things, law of attraction. People always say, they always want to manifest with the thoughts and energy, and they always say that. But one thing that they miss is the skills and knowledge. I have tough time. I cry. I'm sad, but I keep going because for you, for my dreams, for why I want to reach, my dreams, my goals and vision pulls me towards to a greater degree than most things in the world that I much care about. I care about I care about my freedom, first of all. I care about my time. I dislike I don't I like to spend time with myself. I don't I get usually burned out. I'm an introverted. I dislike so much energy, right? It's you know. But just start creating videos, a blog or audio. Pull a customer in. I gotta know what you're about. And for those who are artists and authors or musicians, just create, man. Like you're creating on a platform that does not give you reach or search engine. You forgot about YouTube, right? You gotta put in tags, descriptions and the title that gets searched. Because most oftentimes authors put titles that does not make sense and it doesn't get reach. I don't know what their title about, and sometimes people forget to, like some people where I say they create boring videos. I wanted to create entertaining and different. I want to rant because it's much more fun for me to rant, because ranting is like a passion of mine. I guess it worked because it will shake them things up, and you know it's scary oftentimes what I'm about to do because it's disrupting a core value in the spiritual world and the law of attraction world, because I despise what's being said and it's all fluff and crap. Right? Oh, you don't need to read books. Oh, you don't need this. You don't need knowledge. What you need is your energy. Most of the time, people fail. People fail to attract what they want. So I told Aniko why I use Twitter. And I read most of the time people mistaken that I attracted, but I reach out to authors, I ask, right? And the reason why I'm building up like um, social proof, so it lowers the risk of because people have the what they call it what was it? I can't remember. Uh, I can't remember the center of fear that trigger people that maybe they think it's danger, that so they back off away. Anyway, subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Yeah, while I was renting, I forgot all about the books. So there's a couple of books that would help you, and a couple resources would help you if no, just freaking watch how to do YouTube videos, like how to create YouTube videos, and most often that time, most people get stuck on what stuff to record on, and they stop. They don't build their expertise. YouTube it's about consistency and building an audience and patience. And so this book that I highly recommend. I haven't read the whole thing, but it's really good book called Content Rules, right? And the new rules of marketing and PR. Great book for any online entrepreneurs or authors. I think that authors oftentimes think about bricks and mortar as they go over, but they don't think about that those times are gone. Now it's time to shine. It's time to get your message out there through video, marketing, through blog, through audio. but video is so much more stronger because you're connecting with, okay, for example, when I create the video, you're connecting with me because I relate to you, and you're looking at me, and because I'm human. And most of the often time I'm advertising and marketing myself through video and my expertise and knowledge, and I share story. Oftentimes I don't share deeper story of my personal, because I think that maybe in the future I would. But right now it wouldn't. I mean, it would do you with a great deal, but I have to be more brave. And I think that's I have to work on that. I think that we have to be brave because we're stuck in a world where there's noise, right? There's bricks and mortars, and people will tell you that there's this way you have to win, and that's usually bricks and mortars. What if you don't want to be bricks and mortar? What if you're creative and it's destroying your soul, right? It's sucking your soul out, and you want to create, right? And I look up to a lot of Elliot Holt, and he always would say like it's sucking your soul out or something, and you want just like people just want to create, but creativity and creating is you got to show up, you got to create, you got to create content, you got to deliver value. People are watching you for you and your value and what you can bring to the table. Otherwise, nobody's gonna watch you. I don't know what you're good at. I don't know if you're good at drawing, or I don't know if you're good at singing, or I don't know if you're good. You have each and every one of us has what it takes. You have a message that you're trying to deliver. Don't hide it to just only a few people would watch it on Twitter or Facebook. I need to work on this myself, but usually I tell people I'm lazy, right? Usually I am lazy. I don't feel like doing all this crap. But I'm not lazy on my video YouTube because I know that there's audience to reach, building it, and reaching a top entrepreneur, right? And yeah, that's my point in all that. But now I'm missing something, but I can not. Oh, let's talk about it. You're building a brand, right? You got to build it like no one is coming. Like if you don't have no video content on YouTube, nobody's gonna come to you. Only like you have so much limited reach on Facebook, uh, Twitter. You're building a brand. You got to use YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. I know you get boggled down, but you're building a reputation. What Gary said, you have to get people know what you're about and what you're trying to do, and tell your story, why what you do, like what caused you pain, and how can you help solve because video content content marketing is about solving people pain point and bringing value to the table and helping solving them, and they will subscribe or whatever you want them to do, whether you're promoting more than your books, you're promoting your art, whatever that is. Now see you next time. Bye bye.